Welcome to the Slammies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to say this, for the last couple of years, I've really been caring about the Slammies because they sucked. 2013 sucked, 2014 sucked. At least from my perspective. Say 2012 was much better than the other two, but that wasn't great either. When it comes to this Slammy Awards, I felt it was better than 14 easily. It was. But not by a lot. Not by a lot, ladies and gentlemen. But let's get into some of the stuff that was done during the Slammies. Not talk about the matches, I'll do that next. I loved certain things that happened during the Slammies. One of them, I was so happy to see Mark Henry presenting something. The problem for me is that I would like to see Mark Henry win something. Why? How long has it been since he won a Slammy? I would like to see him win something. But presenting wasn't bad. He did take the award for John Cena's behalf because he wasn't there. He didn't bother to be there because he's supposed to be there next Monday. But I felt Mark Henry really talked very well. Out of all of them, I felt he talked the best for me personally because I do like Mark Henry. And I felt like he can always relay how he feels very well, and he has the crowd behind him to a certain extent. I still don't understand why the hell they don't push the man. The man, even in his older age, he's about the same age as me. I think he's about 44, 43, 44. I think he was born in 1972 compared to me being born in 71. So I think he's 1 year younger than me. The guy still can go in the ring to a certain extent, and he still has a fan base behind him. They should be pushing his ass, and they don't. Second thing I loved, Santino Marella. Loved seeing that man back. I don't know if he's coming back next year in 2016. They did say his surgery did go well, and he could come back. I don't know if he will. I don't know if he's retired or he's been working in the back doing something else. I haven't really checked. But it was so good to see him. Stealing R-Truth's, well, I'd rather see him have an award than R-Truth. And I'm not being mean to R-Truth. They just haven't pushed him. And he's been staying exactly as he is, except in 2011, when he actually was different. So honestly, even though R-Truth is funny, I'd rather see Santino get it in disrespect. And it wasn't too bad to see him run away with it. But I would have liked to see Santino win something. But since he hasn't been there for a while, you get what you get. Nikki Bella. That was stupid. You have R-Truth read that is Paige. There's no way you can mess up Paige compared to Nikki. You got a B to an N. And they just wanted to try and make it interesting to have both of them out. And to be honest, I think they kind of screwed up there. Really. If you're going to have Nikki come out and do it, you should have had Nikki come out. And you should have had Paige present it instead of R-Truth presenting it. To be honest, that would have been better. If you're going to have it this way, where they wanted them out there, they wanted Paige out there and they wanted Nikki out there, you should have had Paige present it, and then Nikki asking her to stay, going out of character as she did, and then saying that she's taking this award because she wants to show women can do anything. I was okay with that little speech she did. I'm not a Nikki Bella fan, you guys know that. But this was stupid. That segment was dumb, and I did not like it. Kalisto winning an award, I'm cool with it. He did do a very, very nice move in TLC. So they had to do it. And the Usos winning the award made me very happy. I'm cool with that. But I think the funniest thing they had was Bo Dallas in a Santa suit. But he wasn't funny. But he did sound, well, he wasn't funny. But still, seeing Bo in a Santa suit was kind of dumb, silly, and it kind of was funny for me personally. I don't know about you, but it was nice to see that Bo was given something. And I'm actually going to eventually do a booking to wrestle on him. Not now, but later. Now, I've said my piece on everything. I know I could say something about Paul Heyman. You already know people had to say that Paul did a good job, but I'm moving on from there to the matches. And what happened during the night. The Usos versus New Day really just sets up for this Tuesday. but I just love how New Day works. And seeing that Big and Langston was going to spoil it for everybody because no one voted for them as Tag Team of the Year was good. But between all three of these guys, and sorry for the noise, it's noisy out tonight. When it comes to Kofi, when it comes to Xavier Woods and Big E, the person I love personally is Kofi Kingston. I believe that he has the most variation amongst all three of them. They're all funny guys. But this proved what I said before, why Kofi Kingston should have been a champ. If you're just thrown the world title on him just to see if the people would go for him and see if he could get over, he could surprise. And he, in this year, should have been honored with his own award because the man has shown his variation. Honestly, he has. As Superstars of the Year. I wish it was Kofi Kingston than Seth Rollins because he has done the most great work. But that's what we get. I feel sorry for Brie Bella. I do. Let's be honest here. The reason Brie is there in the shit house is because Daniel Bryan left for a second time. I'm sorry. If anyone believes Brie Bella is there generally being beaten all the time because she just doesn't have any ability, you're wrong. I'm not saying Brie Bella or Nikki for that matter are the best wrestlers and characters that the WWE's ever produced. Trish Stratus destroys them both. Lita destroys them both. Hell, Mae Young destroys them both. When she was alive with Fabulous Moolah, who also destroyed them both. But the point is, it's kind of hard to get out because I'm not a Brie fan. But Brie Bella has ability. Brie Bella can wrestle and can do storylines. I'm not saying she does them well. I just feel sorry for her. Right now, she's tied to the hip by her husband. Everyone recognizes Brie not because she's just a Bella twin, but because she's Daniel Bryan's real live wife. And the yes kick she's doing is a tribute to her husband. But the point is that I brought all this out is Brie is jobbing her ass off because of what happened to her husband going out again, being hurt. But here's the thing, she can't leave. She needs to make this because he's not healthy yet. There's a good chance he may never come back. I did see Andre Corbill's video on Daniel Bryan stating he's not returning to active service in the WWE ring. Now, I haven't really read that anywhere other than him that he has validly stated this. On WWE.com, I haven't heard it yet. So they're not saying it yet. But it's a good chance that Andre Corbill is right. That he's not coming back. He'll work in the back. I did say that to Andre on his video that maybe he should open up his own wrestling dojo and run it himself and work part-time for the WWE as a manager or as a general manager. I believe that would be the best thing for him. But until anything happens, Brie is bringing in the money. And even though Daniel did write a book, Brie is bringing in the money. So she's trapped between a rock and a hard place, and I feel sorry for her. The match really doesn't matter, except for the fact that did we get another turn for Charlotte being a face? I don't even know what she is anymore. Moving on. Dolph Ziggler versus Kevin Owens. Why? Why did you do this last week, WWE? I don't understand. Why did you have to add Dolph Ziggler into the mix between Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose? Probably because there was nothing between Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose. But the problem is, it makes it worse with Dolph Ziggler. You're trying to make a fight between Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens while you put Dean Ambrose in the mix, who should be the one who's over the most because he has the IC title. Look what happened at the end of the show. And to be honest, I don't feel like Dean Ambrose has anything out of this. I don't feel Kevin Owens has anything out of this. And when it comes to Dolph Ziggler, he definitely has nothing. So you got three guys that are doing absolutely nothing, fighting over a title that the WWE is doing nothing with. That's sad. Here's another thing. Bray Wyatt. I'm not even going to talk about the match. We already know what happened. 3 in a row they win. 3 in a row. But since before Survivor Series, what has Bray Wyatt gotten? I'm not talking about Braun Strowman. I'm not talking about Luke Harper. I'm not talking about Eric Rowan. I'm talking about Bray Wyatt. Bray is the leader of this group. And everyone else is getting a shine but him. And it's not a great shine either. The Undertaker's supposed to put Bray Wyatt over. He didn't. He couldn't. People are not going to want to see Bray Wyatt over the Undertaker or Kane. They're going to see them first. But then you got ECW trying to put over the Wyatts instead of Bray Wyatt. And if the WWE thinks that Bray Wyatt is over, they are really sadly mistaken. Because even after 3 wins from Team ECW, with Kane, mind you, mixed in, this is about the team, not about Bray Wyatt. So this was horrible. Really was. And I feel sorry for him. Really. When it comes to League of Nations versus, how can I describe this? I should start from the beginning. The opening of the show between Stephanie and Roman Reigns felt lacking for me personally. Because last week was usually organic. This was so organic, getting the smacking the spit out of his mouth from Stephanie. Here we got whiny Stephanie more than we got bitchy Stephanie. And when it came to it, whiny Stephanie is a double-edged sword. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The bitchy Stephanie always seems to work 90% of the time. This case, it didn't work. And Roman Reigns not leaving the ring after the second time he said, I want to leave, but they don't want me to leave. He should have left by the second time and not say anything else, because then things would have been better. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, it worked great. He did great. The crowd was with him. To a certain extent, to me personally, yes, he was. But I felt they made it too long-winded. To get Roman over, you have to make sure the segments are extremely short. Now, it was a bit organic. But the more that you give him to talk, and I'm not saying he can't talk. The point is that he doesn't need to. His actions speak more than his words. And I felt it was too long-winded. And Stephanie being the whiny Stephanie instead of the bitchy one did not help. If she had just been bitchy and just had someone to try and beat him up and then she starts smacking him when he's on the ground, would have been better. She should have called someone in. There should have been a whole bunch of people coming from the back, beating his ass up, and then she starts smacking the crap out of him and she walks out of the ring. I think that would have been more effective. So for most of the night, the League of Nations became dominant, destroying Jack, destroying Neville, destroying the Usos. Made no sense when it came to the steel cage match when they got their asses handed to them by Roman Reigns. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, dude, this is how we're getting Roman over. Did you hear the crowd? They were going crazy for him. Well, yeah, they were. But they were also going crazy over Nikki Bella. And I'm not saying Nikki even could be compared to Roman Reigns. Nikki isn't as over as Roman. I know that. But Roman is 100% over. I said this during my TLC review. He's partially over. This was a good step in the right direction. But giving him the title so soon, because you're scared of your freaking ratings on USA, did not get him 100% over. I said he was partially over. And I still stand by that. And honestly, anyone who loves Roman Reigns, and I already said this, I keep forgetting Nicole Beth, if I'm pronouncing her name, Beth Nicole. I'm terrible with names. If I knew the lady and she was my friend and we lived near each other, I would never forget a name. And I just tend to forget names if I don't see them all the time. And it pisses me off. I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names. Beth, I'm sorry. Or Nicole. I'm so sorry. You deserve your name done right and I suck. But you get my point. I just feel like to anyone who's a Roman Reigns fan, and I'm one of them, I'm not a big fan, but I like the guy. He needed more time to get over. And I felt if you just built it a little bit more, instead of trying to get it done really quick before Royal Rumble, because this is what I feel is happening. They're trying to condense this all down before Royal Rumble, so they can have a more, supposedly more bigger payout by WrestleMania. But I don't feel like it's right though. I just don't. I feel like they're trying to rush this too much. And I just don't feel like it's working. He's over, yes, but not completely over. And I feel like if they do something stupid or let him be stale too easily, he's going to turn back down. The people will turn on him very easily. As much as he's over right now, and I like seeing that Triple H got his ass handed to him along with Vince himself. If they're not careful, Roman will flip right back to not being wanted. Not because he'll be a heel, it's because people are not going to care about him. And I just feel like they tried too hard with this. And they didn't let it marinate a little bit. I'm hoping I'm wrong. Honestly, I do, because they need new stars badly. People were cheering to have John Cena back. John Cena, who will be dealing with ADR next week. We know eventually he'll go back to the World Heavyweight Championship. But if John Cena is that wanted, that's a bad thing. We should be having people wanting to have Roman Reigns over. Wanting to have Dean Ambrose, who really didn't shine here. It was Roman who shined through the entire show, and even when he saved his best friend and his best friend won by getting his ass handed to him by Sheamus. He worked hard in that match. Sheamus didn't work as great as Dean did. And I'm not saying Dean is a great performer, but you get my point. Dean busted his ass in that match. He got his ass kicked a lot in this match. But within about 2 or 3 minutes of Roman appearing, the crowd cared more about Roman than about Dean at all. The IC Championship just became a little bit irrelevant. Actually, a lot irrelevant. And that's sad. Was this a good show? It was okay. I did enjoy most of it. But it didn't really slam me. Did this Slammy Award slam me? No. I didn't get really enthusiastic about the product right now. The product still is not great. It's better than 2014's Slammy Awards. Definitely better. But it doesn't mean it was great. So I hope you enjoyed this Zane's View. Please give me a comment below. I'll be releasing my next Booking the Wrestler on Wednesday. And this one is about Titus O'Neil being the next American Badass. I said it. Yes, that is the Undertaker's thing, but I'm throwing it on a Titus O'Neil. The man needs to be a biker. He needs to kick some ass, and you will be seeing that videos Wednesday. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace out!